Hey everybody, this is Fortune Kid, and today I'm going to be starting a new video series where I will be explaining how to play the Weiss Schwarz collectible card game, or trading card game as they're sometimes known. So you may have walked into a game store and they may carry this product and you see it on this shelf, Weiss Schwarz. It's this card game. It's got this German name. What's it all about? Well, I want to explain it a little bit because it's a game that I enjoy quite a bit, and I just wanted to put my own take on how to learn the game, different than some of the other tutorials that may be out there. So the first video is going to be all about card anatomy, and I'm going to explain what all these symbols and text on these cards mean and how to interpret it. So the most numerous card that's going to be in your deck is going to be character cards. And you can tell a card is a character card because, first of all, it has a strength on the bottom, like this Mikasa card, A Chain of Tragedies. Mikasa has a strength of 2,500. Also, if you want to get really super specific, if you look right here, right above the strength, you'll see it says CH. That means it is a character card. AOT is Attack on Titan, and then the card number, and TD means this card is from the trial deck. As opposed to this Aaron card, if you just wanted to compare a card that was not on the trial deck, you see it's got a strength of 4,500, paving a way for the future Aaron, and AOT, again, Attack on Titan. The card number of this one ends with R. That means that this card is a rare. Okay, so the cards will come in, they'll have different colors. So you'll see the Mikasa card here is red, the Aaron card is yellow, this Jean card is red, and then this Aaron card is yellow. There are also green cards and blue cards. This particular deck is just yellow and red. So those are the only two colors that are in here. And the colors, they're important for the way that you set your deck up, and I won't get into that in this video, but just be aware that there are 4 different colors. So looking at, let's go back to the Mikasa card, the level 0. So you can tell it's a level 0 because right here at the top it says it is a level 0. Underneath it says cost, and you see the cost is 0. That means this card can be played when you are at level 0 and it has no cost. Again, the strength is 2,500. This little tiny symbol looks like a fleur-de-lis in black on a gray background. That is the amount of soul damage that this card will deal when it is attacking, and soul damage is damage to the opposing player. And then again, the card is called A Chain of Tragedies, Mikasa, and then these 2 words under here where it says core and weapon, that is the trait of the card. And traits are important because some cards will key off of different traits, and you will see that like on this Aaron card, you'll see one of the abilities. So the abilities is in the middle, ability text is in the middle of the card. It says continuous. If the number of your other core characters is 2 or more, this card gets plus 1,000 power. So that's why traits are important, because abilities will key off of traits. So that's the Mikasa level 0. Then you go to level 1, and again you can tell this Aaron card is level 1 because there's the 1, and underneath it's 0. That means there's no cost. And the name of the card, paving a way for the future Aaron. And then these are the abilities here in the middle. This Jean card is a 2 cost, is a level 2, and it is a 2 cost. So that means you have to pay 2 stock to play this card, and I'll explain stock in a future video. And then the last card is this level 3 Aaron. Aaron Jaeger is the name of the card. It has a base 10,000 power. Now you see the Aaron card has 2 symbols right here. That means when this card attacks, it does 2 soul damage. And again, it's a level 3, 2 cost. And then one more symbol that's in the corner here that you may have noticed. Like the Aaron card here has this fleur-de-lis in the corner. The Jean card, Jean Kirstein, has the symbol, but the other two cards do not. And what that is that is the trigger symbol. So when you're attacking, you will do a trigger check on the attack, and then this will determine if you add any extra damage to that attack. And I'll explain that in a future video as well, but just be aware that is what that symbol is in the corner. So those are character cards. The other type of card that you will run into are event cards. Like this is an event card, and right away you can tell very easily, well, the card is called the emblem on their backs, and you can tell it's different because there's no power level here. Also, if we zoom into the code, you can see it starts with EV, and EV means that it is an event, Attack on Titan. And again, it has a level 2. You have to be at level 2 to play this event. It has no cost. There is no trigger symbol on there. And then this here is what the event does. So think of events kind of like spells in Magic the Gathering. Then there are climax cards. And here is a yellow climax card, and here is a red climax card. And climax cards serve a special function. First of all, they're very easy to tell that they're climax cards because they're printed on the horizontal rather than on the vertical, like the characters in the events. They have trigger symbols in the corner, like this trigger symbol is a soul damage and a flare, and then the trigger symbol on this red card is a gate. And those have a meaning, and actually the explanation of those is on the card. And then there's an effect when you play the climax as a climax card. For example, on this yellow card it says all of your characters get plus 1,000 power and plus 1 soul. And we'll discuss that in more detail, but for now just be aware that that is the third type of card. So you see, Weiss Schwarz is not a complicated game. There's only 3 types of cards to be aware of: characters, events, and climaxes. I just want to point out that some cards will have an additional symbol underneath in the corner. This symbol happens to be the same for both cards. It looks like a yellow fist on a red background. And what that means is that is a counter symbol. And a counter symbol means that this card can be played on your opponent's turn. So this is a character card that can be played on your opponent's turn. It's called Sudden Reinforcement Iron Titan. This is an event that can be played on your opponent's turn: Anti-Titan Device Omnidirectional Mobility Gear. So just think of the counter cards kind of like instants in Magic the Gathering. You can play them on your turn, or you can play them on your opponent's turn. And typically they're in your deck to be played on your opponent's turn. For example, this Aaron card, if you play it as a counter, you get the backup effect, and backup means you can give one of your characters plus 3,000 power. So that helps to keep your characters alive on the field when your opponent is attacking them. And there's other symbols in the game. They don't happen to be in this deck. Sometimes there'll be a little clock here, and that's a shift symbol. But just be aware that there is another, there could be another symbol on the top of the cards. So that finishes up part 1. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, everyone.